never surrendered to death. Somehow I felt like I must live. And I prayed, God, if you are there, please keep them away. Please don't let them find us. I cannot tell you how much fear you feel when you know that they can get us any minute. They had machetes, each one. They have long spears. We knew there was problems between the two tribes, but I never expected a genocide, a Holocaust to happen. We stayed in that bathroom for 3 months and never found us. My name is Immaculée, and it is time to go back to my country, my village, my home, and tell my story. I was born in Rwanda. Rwanda is a tiny country located in the Central Africa. It was and still is one of the most beautiful places in the world. Very green, perfect tropical weather. My village was in Kibuye. Our house was on a hill that overlooked Lake Kivu. My mom and dad were teachers. They were very good parents who were very respected in the village. In my family, we were 4 children. I was one girl among 3 boys. We loved each other a lot. We were very protective until the last time we separated. The memories I have are of neighbors who were like parents to us. We knew there were problems between the Hutus and Tutsis, but we never thought they could do us any harm. When I was in school in 1994, it was time for Easter holiday.
There was a rebellion going on, an ethnically based rebellion in Rwanda.
Right after the holiday, I had an exam, really an important exam.
The regime in Rwanda that was responsible for the genocide was a criminal regime. It operated according to the logic of criminal gangs.
So I wrote to my parents and I told them I wanted to stay in school to prepare for my exam.
And the aim of the military dictatorship was to preserve power by eliminating that rebellion.
My father said, we miss you and you have been away so much, away from us. So I went home.
And mobilized Hutu gangs known as the Interahamwe militias by stoking their fear of Tutsis based on a history of Tutsi domination and exploitation going back to the Belgian colonial era.
Easter vacation that year changed everything in my life. The president's plane was shot down and the genocide began.
The 2 leaders died after attending peace talks aimed at ending decades of tribal conflict in the 2 countries. President Habyarimana of Rwanda and President Ntaryamira of Burundi were killed when their plane came down near the Rwandan capital, Kigali. Both were members of the majority Hutu tribe.
When the president's plane was shot down, it just was chaos. Within less than an hour, you started to hear the gunfire in your own neighborhood, right up close to you. Before, it was always kind of far away, and it's like it just spread everywhere.
And it
was a very well-organized program of genocide. It had been established before the plane went down, and it was just waiting for this event or an event like it to click into motion.
These people had lists. They had lists of people that had to be killed, and then it became crazy.
And I remember my father telling me, we are worried that you might get raped, and we are worried that we can't help you.
They were going home to home, neighborhood to neighborhood, breaking down doors, hacking people to death. Some of the names of Tutsis were being broadcast on the radio.
The Tutsis believe that they can hide in churches because in the previous wars against Tutsis, they ran to churches and no one touched them. They took it as a house of God, and no one will run after somebody who ran to the church. But people were learning new skills of killing. This time it was completely the devil at work. You see, they destroyed and they shot every person who was running out. So you can see now that the churches have many holes in the ceiling because of they were shooting a lot. The light coming from the holes of where they shoot. It is so soft. To me, it is almost like a cry of God, of what have happened to his house. Because it reminds me of how a human being can be so cruel to another.
When I saw Immaculée back in her own home area, and she says to the photographer, hey, come and take a picture of me with this man. And I'm asking her, who's this man? And she explains to me, well, his brother killed my brother. And I'm like, wait, you know, my Western mind is kicking in and I gotta understand who, what, the details and stuff. And she just puts her arm around him. She says, no, it's okay, it's okay. I just felt lost because it's not okay. You read in a powerful little museum here in Kigali, a young Rwandan child saying, if you would have really known me for who I was, you could have never killed me. Heroes here in Rwanda, I think about people like Immaculée who are willing now to share what life is like, going back, touching on it, exploring it. For her to take the time and to visit these places with people like us and let us share in some of that grief and some of that process takes unimaginable courage.
I did hate, of course. I was very angry. During the bathroom time, I couldn't understand how another human being can cause you so much pain. Why? We were all created. We never chose to be who we become. We don't choose our race. We don't choose our tribe. We don't even choose the country where we were born. And I thought that I can pay them back for what they were doing to me. And thank God, I was able to see that that was useless. That was only going to prolong the pain and hatred in this world. I hear in this time for 91 days, and they never found me. But I found myself.
Espero que tenham gostado desse filme. É só uma introdução da vida de Immaculée. Agora nós vamos, para descontrair um pouco, nós vamos ouvir o som de maravilhosas crianças que vieram de Tatuí para cantar para Immaculée.
Tatuí é a cidade da Immaculée. Você que sabe.